You don't need more hours. You need less friction. Money doesn't reward the busiest person. It rewards the person who makes every step smoother. Think about your own week. How many times did you repeat the same email? How many times did you copy a number from one app to another? How many times did you tell yourself, I'll do it later, and then forgot? Wealth starts by fixing these leaks. A solo consultant once tracked his days for 90 days straight. He realized he was spending 15 hours a week just on replies, typing the same phrases, setting the same calls. One system switch cut it down to minutes. The time he freed became the space where he landed bigger contracts. That's the pattern. Wealth favors people who design defaults. Not the person who tries harder every morning, but the one who writes a rule once and lets it play forever. Here are 3 simple moves you can start with. Pick one task you hate repeating. Replace it with a rule, a trigger, and a check. Count the hours saved and reinvest them into something that makes money. Now, if speed creates trust, what happens when your leads get a call in 30 seconds? Leads die in silence. The moment someone fills out a form, their attention is already fading. Most replies take hours, some take days. By then, they've moved on. That's where speed changes everything. Imagine a voice agent that dials the lead instantly. It greets them, asks the right questions, books the slot on your calendar, or routes them to the right teammate. No waiting, no lag, just instant trust. A local dentist doubled show-ups just by calling new patients in under a minute. A small SaaS founder routed feature requests on the spot, saving the support team hours each week. Here's how you build it. Write a script library, greeting, qualifying, disqualifying, booking. Set up a routing map, who gets what and when. Track your metric, time to first touch under 60 seconds, and booking rate per 1. Fast replies aren't just polite, they signal reliability, and reliability is currency. Speed is good, but speed without a system still leaks time. Now let's plug that. Repeating the same steps again and again drains both time and energy. You answer emails, copy details into spreadsheets, schedule meetings. By the end of the day, you've worked hard but moved nowhere. This is where automation becomes your quiet partner. Picture a drag-and-drop board where you connect a trigger to an action. A new customer signs up, and the system sends them a welcome note, adds them to the community, schedules a call, and tags them for follow-up. No reminders, no manual clicks, just flow. A course seller used this to build a path where every new buyer received a login instantly, got a welcome DM, was invited to a kickoff call. Each step happened without the creator lifting a finger. A real estate agent built another flow. Every inquiry was tagged by price range and neighborhood. Hot leads dropped into a priority queue. She no longer wasted time chasing every contact, only the ones ready to buy. Here's how to start small. Map one from-to path on paper. Build the first version with a single trigger and a single action. Add guardrails like alerts, retries, or a manual check lane for edge cases. When the system carries the weight, your motivation doesn't have to. Even on bad days, the work gets done. With the grunt work handled, how quickly could you ship your next idea? Waiting weeks for a developer to build a simple page used to be normal. Now you can describe what you want in plain language and get a working version in minutes. Imagine typing a landing page for Midwest plumbers with a headline, a booking form, and a payment button. The system generates it, ready to test. An agency once shipped a page like this, ran ads the same day, and booked 10 calls before dinner. A coach turned a messy intake form into a one-page dashboard for clients. Both went live in hours, not weeks. Here's a method. Write a 3-sentence spec. Target user, job to be done, and the one success action. Generate, review, and improve twice. Ship a payment-ready version to 5 people the same day. You built it fast. Now the real challenge begins. Buyers live in conversations, not on websites. Conversations are where sales are won or lost. People don't trust faceless ads as much as they trust direct replies, but most inboxes are chaos. Messages scatter across platforms, context gets lost, and follow-up slips through the cracks. This is where a sales co-pilot in your DMs changes the game. It scores leads, suggests replies, and nudges them toward a call or payment. No missed chances. No forgotten threads. One creator crossed 50,000 a month just from Instagram replies. Not ads, not funnels, just consistent, thoughtful conversations. Supported by a system, a business advisor booked 12 calls a week directly from LinkedIn messages, all without sounding pessy. The process is simple. Tag your leads as hot, warm, or nurture. Use reply blocks. Start with a hook, share proof, end with a next step. Spend a daily power hour on inbox zero, focusing on hot leads first. Respectful nudges beat 10 reminders. A single clear message builds more trust than endless bumps. Foldabud's DMs bring sales, but introductions set ceilings. The people you want to meet are often one connection away. Most of us guess who knows whom. We take wild shots, send cold notes, and get silence. But mapping your network reveals hidden paths. It shows you the warm introductions already within reach. A podcast guest landed 5 dream shows in a month just through mutual introductions. A business buyer found the perfect owner to talk to through a cousin's quiet LinkedIn connection. Here's how you use this. Define 5 targets by name. Pull warm paths and choose the top 3. Send short intro requests, always framed as a win for the target. Start by giving introductions before you ask for them. Generosity builds the bridge that later carries you across. Connections open doors. But once the doors are open, you need to see where your money actually stands every single day. Money problems often hide in the shadows. A bill sneaks up, a subscription renews without notice, a client delays payment. Fog like this kills momentum. Making cash visible changes everything. A finance co-pilot connects your accounts, spots leaks, and highlights where your money really goes. It turns the unknown into a daily dashboard. An agency once discovered they were paying for 5 unused tools. They cut them, and the savings funded fresh ad campaigns. An e-commerce brand noticed a sudden spike in fraud on a weekend. Because the alert came instantly, they stopped the bleed before it sank profits. Start with 3 questions every week. Where am I wasting cash? What trend looks odd? Who still owes me money? Every time you find savings, move them into profit or into growth tests. Margin is oxygen. Protect it. Seeing your money is one thing. Seeing where revenue starts and why it grows is another. Most businesses run half blind. Ads, customer data, and support sit in separate silos. No one knows the full story. A revenue command center connects the pieces. It shows you which ads bring the best customers, what triggers churn, and where to focus spend. One company found 70% of its buyers lived in a single state. They shifted budget there and doubled profits in weeks. Another spotted that certain support tickets predicted churn a month before it happened. By acting early, they saved accounts before they left. Here's the play. Connect your CRM, ad accounts, and help desk. Ask, where do my best clients come from, at what cost, and who is about to leave. Drop what doesn't convert by Friday. Now sales rise. The challenge is keeping the money you've already earned. Failed payments quietly eat into revenue. Cards expire, banks decline, networks time out. The sale looks complete, but the money never arrives. Smart recovery systems fix this. They retry charges at better times, send soft reminders, and handle expiring cards before the deadline. A subscription app added this and saved 5% of monthly recurring revenue. A coaching firm rebuilt steady cash flow by catching card updates before renewals. The method is clear. Run a recovery calculator to see how much is leaking. Connect billing and test with a small group first. Track save rates and average days to recover. Revenue feels steady once you plug the leaks. The next ceiling is people. Hiring the right hands without drowning in resumes. Endless screening wastes weeks. Posting, filtering, interviews, references. By the time you choose, top candidates are gone. Automated hiring flips the process. You post once, the system screens, assesses, and hands you a shortlist. A founder hired an executive assistant in 1 week from a curated pool. A nonprofit filled a tough tech role after combining skills testing with a values match. Here's how to keep it sharp. Write a 1-page scorecard with outcomes, skills, and culture. Launch the role, review a top 5, and run a paid trial project. Automate references and checks before the final call. Hire people who learn fast, not just those who already know. A steep growth curve beats a static skill set. People set direction. Numbers keep score. Meetings without decisions waste hours. Projects drift when no one owns the numbers. Progress stalls when everyone argues but no one checks the score. A scoreboard fixes this. 5 clear metrics, 1 owner for each. Weekly updates with 1 action tied to every number. Some teams get a daily email at 8 a.m. with just 3 key metrics. Each comes with a name beside it and a single next step. Work moves forward because no one hides behind vagueness. One founder killed endless opinion fights by pointing to trend lines. The data ended debates before they started. Instead of talk, people shipped. Here's how to set it up. Pick 5 metrics that truly drive revenue or retention. Assign each metric to one owner only. Close the loop every week with visible actions. 10 levers are now in place. The real wealth comes when they start to compound. Saving 1 hour a week looks small, but when you reinvest that hour into the next system, the gains stack. 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 5. Momentum builds until your time is free for only the highest work. Here's a ladder you can climb. Week 1, speed to lead. Week 2, automate onboarding. Week 3, ship a small tool. Week 4, run a DM sprint. Week 5, send 2 introductions a day. Week 6, connect a finance copilot. Week 7, map revenue sources. Week 8, recover failed payments. Week 9, higher leverage. Week 10, run the scoreboard ritual. Systems don't just change your schedule, they change who you become at work. Wealth starts in the mind before it shows up in the bank. Daily habits shape how money flows. Rituals anchor you when pressure rises. One simple practice is a 20-minute leverage block every morning. Before emails, before calls, spend it on the system that will save you hours later. This is how you stack wins while everyone else is still catching up. Another is the weekly friction hunt. Every Friday, write down 1 point of drag in your work. Replace it with a cleaner rule, a smoother path, or a tool that does the work. Small repairs compound into freedom. Measure the inputs you control, not outcomes you can't. You can't decide who buys today. You can decide to reply fast, to clean your numbers, to make one new ask. Inputs build momentum. Outcomes follow. On the passive path before, we spoke about one small rule that pays forever. We return to it now because AI makes it easier than ever. Back then, it meant setting a rule in your calendar or a budget app. Today, it means setting a rule that runs across platforms, across accounts, across the entire workflow. The principle is the same. One decision today keeps paying every week. If you wonder where to start, choose one lever this week. If you already have leads but miss replies, set up the voice agent. If paperwork eats your time, build the first automation. If ideas sit unshipped, generate the app or site. If your audience talks on social, run a DM sprint. If access blocks you, pull warm introductions. If cash feels foggy, connect a finance copilot. If spend feels random, set up revenue mapping. If revenue leaks, add payment recovery. If you are overloaded, hire with a scorecard. If meetings drift, create the scoreboard ritual. Pick one and give it 7 days. Day 1, define the outcome and the metric. Day 2, connect accounts and draft a first version. Day 3, test with one live input. Day 4, fix one edge case. Day 5, measure and compare. Day 6, share it with one customer, teammate, or friend. Day 7, decide, keep, kill, or scale. 3 short stories show what happens when people commit. A founder working night shifts doubled bookings with instant callbacks. A quiet creator built trust through gentle proof in DMs and sold out a cohort. A careful operator saved cash with better visibility, then used the savings to hire help and buy back time. Common traps appear often: building too much at once, sending vague asks in DMs, hiring on vibes, drowning in endless metrics, letting subscriptions creep. The fixes are simple: one path, one output, one clear next step. A scorecard and a trial project. 5 metrics only, each with an owner. A monthly money cleanup. Speed creates trust. Systems save focus. Small wins compound into freedom. Like this video if you learned a move to try this week. Subscribe to The Passive Path for the next deep dive on rules that mint free time. Comment which lever you'll ship by Friday and why. Share this with someone who needs an easier way to grow. You don't need more hours, you need less friction. I wish you luck, and I'll see you in the next video.